Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Third of Zones, New Who Zones, Amy's Choice. I see there's a few people in the chat already. Welcome. Let me see. We've got Garbage in the chat. Welcome, Garbage. Oh, why isn't this working? So I've sent out the emails to everybody that's joining me tonight. So PD Rich is in the chat. I've sent you an email, pal. Someone saying there seems Doomcock is having words with Gary over Friday night tights. PD Rich is here. I've sent you an email, pal, if you're still coming on. We've got Enigmatic Joker. Chris is in the chat as well. We've got Stuart. Welcome. Real Super Doctor Disaster Area. Charlotte is here as well. Well, Queen Charlotte is here. Who else have we got? As I said, we got Garbage. And I think that's everybody. I think. Can't remember. This one says Stuart. Oh, it's a good episode. It's a good start. It's a good episode. I have to be honest. Season 5 is a good solid start from Moffat. I love this story. I do. I like the Dream Lord or whatever they call him in it. What's your man's name? Tony Jones. So something Jones. What's his name? Toby Jones. That's the fella. He's brilliant. He was in Sherlock as well, as we know. He played that father in that weird episode about that season of Sherlock that just didn't make any bleeding sense, man. What was he doing? See that last season. Well, anyway, he's in a story that's actually not too bad. Toby Jones. So he's a good actor. So he played a good villain. We got a £5 super chat off Garbage. He says, sorry I've been missing for almost 3 weeks. It's been a nightmare time for me, but things are looking up now, smiley face. Well, I really do hope everything is okay, and it's good to see you back. It's good to see you back, pal. We've got Jonathan Cox in the chat as well. He says, hello, gang. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, apparently Paul, I'm talking to the wife. Paul, my brother, dropped into the stream yesterday and said hello to everybody.
Really?
Yeah, Paul did, yeah.
You didn't know that?
No, I did. Everybody was telling me, but because of the trolls, I wasn't sure whether it was him or not, but he insisted it was him, and then Unknown asked him a question which kind of gave it away. It was him. So Paul turned up yesterday, to say hello to everybody. So that was nice.
I think the name of this episode sounds like feminine hygiene.
Amy's Choice. Yeah.
It's a horrible name.
Yeah, a new product for women, Amy's Choice.
I'm saying it's a terrible name for an episode. So you thought you were being trolled, but it was your own brother.
Yeah, because.
And let me guess, you didn't bother to text him after.
Well, no, because he said hello in the chat. That's how we roll.
Uh-huh.
But it was nice to see him, I have to say. He's a big, huge fan, actually, of classic Who. Here's a funny little story about me brothers, actually, that some of you probably don't know. They weren't originally fans of Doctor Who, so while I was watching New Who, right, when New Who was back and I was living at home for a while, they used to always slag me because every Saturday I demand that they put on Doctor Who and watch it with me. And at first they'd resist, but they sat down one day and they actually watched on their own. Then I moved out, and then when I moved back, when things didn't work out when I moved out the first time, I went back and there they were telling me all about Classic Who because they went back, found a site where they could watch. They watched all the telly snaps and all. They became huge fans. So yeah, I just gave my brother a warning. If you haven't got to the Jodie Whittaker area yet, don't save yourself. because I don't know now. You might like it actually, because he has liked some things out there that are kind of went, really. So his tastes may have changed. He might be a fan of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor. But I doubt it.
Yeah, it's gotta be Paul because it wouldn't be Jonathan.
Yeah, I doubt it very much anyway. But there you go. Yeah, so he turned up yesterday. Right, I better get this story ready anyway. We've got our guests previously. We're doing the previously. We have to do the previously. No, why am I still on this one?
He says, though no one can see what he's looking at.
Yeah, sorry. It went right back to the second Weeping Angels story, which makes no sense because we're literally on. There we go. We got the roll credits. So I'll wait till the roll credits stop on this. While I'm doing that, I'll bring on my guest. So he joins us for every new Who stream when he can. It's the one and only PD Rich.
Hey, how are you, mate?
Not too bad. How are you?
Fine. It's a bit of a storm rolling in at the moment, but apart from that, it's fine out there.
Yeah, apparently we're getting a bit of a heat wave. There you go. So weather is a bit weird everywhere, mate.
Yeah, because they let you out of lockdown before the heat wave.
Yeah. Watch, they let us out, right? And then it literally said Amy's choices on this. I don't get
They
that.
had 17 arrests this weekend.
7 then?
Because they've been reading on
Yeah.
the street.
Well, yeah, they did. They've been arresting people because of the video. And then the government responded by saying, well, we were going to open the pubs early, but we're not opening the pubs early now.
Yeah, people assault Gardy.
So I was like, are you all idiots? Like, they were literally going to open the pubs for you all a little bit earlier than they planned to do, but because you all went into Temple Bar like fucking idiots with no masks on, now the pubs are not opening. So I hope you are all fucking happy.
What you all can't see is the dramatic visual
Hand
effects
waving.
of the hand waving and stuff he does, though no one can see him.
Yeah, I know. I always do the hand waving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to say the garbage. Yeah, mate, I know what you're going through with all of this, A friend of mine's just had a stroke.
Having a bit of a tough time at the moment, I've noticed. And it's kind of understandable with all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah, a friend of mine's just had a mini stroke, so he's currently in hospital.
It is on that disc. So what the hell is going on? Why can't I find it?
End of the disc. Only choice on the end of the disc.
It's number 7, episode 7.
Should be. It should be at the end of the disc. It should be the last one on the disc. It's what's printed on the disc.
Yeah, it wouldn't come up though. That's weird.
Yeah.
It wouldn't come up on the disc. I'm literally trying to find it. I even went through the DVD box set and said, that can't be right.
No.
Just a minute, I'll check
I
mine.
was not doing it wrong. Just because I got the lyrics of one song wrong today doesn't mean that you're right. Right? I've been singing a song wrong for ages, right? And she went and checked up the lyrics. And I thought she was calling your woman a mouse, but it turned out it was mouse. And I said she was wrong. And because she's right, she's gloating now. But go away. I honestly don't care what's going on between 2 other YouTubers. At the end, I'm just going to say this, right?
No, if you want to comment on this, come on, put these stream with us, mate, we can comment.
We're just going to be honest, right? Right? There seems to be people out there that I've seen that seem to be falling out with your hearts right now. Things are not right with them. This happens, right? This can happen. It's no big news. It's no big deal. Whatever's going on between Doomcock and Gary is between Doomcock and Gary. Nobody else. Okay? So if there's something going on about Friday Night Tights, let them two sort it out. Simple as that. It's none of our business. All right?
No, we're too low down the line.
It's none of our business. It's nothing to do with us. It's between them. They're two grown ass men. They'll sort out their own stuff. I mean, okay, fair enough. I've heard twice now of 2 people here, right? I can imagine what it's like on Twitter. They're probably all thought, why is Doomcock and Gary falling out with each other? It's nobody's fucking business. Stop being nosy little twats and mind your own business and move on. All right, simple as I'm sick of this. People as well sending me stuff to try drag me into
I
situations.
know.
I don't give a shit. Have you not realised that now? I literally don't give a shit anymore. So don't be telling me all of this
wedge
drama.
themselves in between, don't they?
I'm
Trying to
doing
pull
my
you
shit now.
apart.
I'm doing my stuff now. I don't care what happens. It
Exactly.
can all implode for all I bloody care. Right? I'm going to concentrate on this community and this channel and the people that support me. Right? Gary does support me and Doomcock has supported me in the past. They will sort out our differences, whatever it is. It's none of their business. So everybody just needs to keep out of it. Okay?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, people just. I don't know what it is. Some people just try to come in and try and
They're
wedge
just trying
themselves
to
between
stir it
people
up
to
now
stir shit. Yeah.
because they know that everybody is feeling like shit right now, right? And the least little thing is getting blown out of proportion, and then it upsets everybody. And
They're trying to.
they're
Trying to sensationalize everything like the Jeremy Kyle show just for kicks.
I'm
It's like
fucking
you're sick
done.
or something.
Right? Again, like, you know, fuck it, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, it is. So just leave me out of it. And please
if
leave
you
me
want to
out.
come and rant about it, come rant about it with me and Cockney later.
Yeah, and leave it out me chat if you don't mind, because I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what people are saying about me out there. I don't care what's happening with other streamers out there. They don't affect me, and I don't affect them. It's just, and that's the way it is, and that's the way I have to look at it. It is.
But you know what affects me? Is you wearing that ponytail like that.
Oh, be quiet. Just because
you munned it. You munned it.
I haven't seen me hair so long now that I actually have
see
a ponytail.
I've got a little Duncan McCall rat ponytail. I mean, it's awful.
Yeah, it's a little tiny thing, but she's still she's still not happy with it. Right, let's bring on our second guest because he has been waiting, and I have been having a little bit of a rant, but it's just because for the simple fact I just want to help me chat. Right, I don't care what's going on. They'll sort it out if there is something going on. And more than likely, there probably isn't nothing going on. It's probably some twat on Twitter that's blowing
trying to exacerbate everything. Yeah,
right? Like what they do with me and other people out there. Dreams to make a bigger deal out of it when all it is that person's decided to take a break. All right, so I'm sick of it all. Shut the fuck up. Get on with your lives. There's more important things to be worried about. Okay, and have a bit of fun as well. All right, stop being miserable bastards. Okay, right. Real Super Doctor is here.
Hey Noel, how you doing?
I was doing all right until I fucking get away. Yeah. Can we not just have one day, folks?
Yeah, I know.
One fucking day, right?
I mean, it's the point is going into these live streams is we're not going to talk about all the drama and all that. We're just going to enjoy ourselves.
That's it.
And
right, let's talk a little bit about Amy's choice before we start it. What do you guys remember of it? Because there's some in the chat that are saying that they don't really remember this story. So would one of you guys like to briefly let everybody know that's listening right now the general gist of this story without giving anything away, but just, you know, without major plot holes, but just
it's basically that the Doctor and Amy and Rory find themselves in a kind of dream world, and there's aliens involved, and there's old people involved, and there's a character called the Dream Lord kind of manifests, and it's an aspect of the Doctor's darker side that kind of manifests and that, and kind of taunts them all into the dreams and all that, and it's just basically a kind of choice for Amy to kind of choose between the Doctor and Rory.
Yeah. By the way, if you have a cute little granny at home, right, you'll probably want to you'll probably want to and if you're staying over in your granny's, you'll probably want to go home.
I couldn't believe the Doctor Who Confidential, because Doctor Who Confidential showed you the scene that Arthur Darvill had lifted up a plank and hit one of the grannies with it. Yeah. And I mean, I just don't know how they got away with that, but they did.
I know, kill our grannies, right? Look at what's better than having? There's nothing better than having a sweet little town with some sinister grannies and granddads not knowing what they're up to, and then all hell breaks. This is a good story, actually. This is a very good story. This rate's very high for me. I even remember at the time watching it finding it very fascinating.
It's
And
interesting.
even the end of it was satisfying. It was one of these stories where he got it spot on. There was no, you know what I mean? He did
Yeah.
leave it with a little bit, like leave it with the audience. Well, did they really get rid of the Dream Lord, or you know? And I like that, because you could revisit the Dream Lord again.
Yeah.
You know, if Chris Chibnall had any but brains, he'd bring back the Dream Lord and say it was all a dream manifested by the Dream Lord, and that the Gallifrey is all right, Cybermen's all right, and Jodie isn't really the Doctor. That's how you sort that out. Yay! Right, let's move
Yeah,
on.
and Peter Capaldi's back.
Was all
Yeah,
a
yeah,
dream.
exactly. Yeah, it was all a dream. Yay! Right, okay. Are we already in the chat anyway? And you're watching on that. Actually,
Yeah.
Super John, do you remember the
Yeah.
site I gave you to watch the movie on?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
think
I couldn't find the modern versions.
there is. If
Is there?
you write in Doctor Who, right, and you
Right.
scroll down, it'll say it's only an hour, but if you click in, it has all the seasons.
Right.
And it's definitely there in that site that I gave you. Now, not the one where you watch the classic, the one where we watched
Right.
the movie off. Ray, did I send you that? Hold on, I'll just make sure I send you that link. I'll put it in the private chat, right? Hold on.
Right.
I'll get the link. Do you know what? I'll actually search it for you myself, and then I'll send
Yeah.
it to you. Give us a
I was
sec.
also searching for the V series, the 1984 V series, but I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
Binny or Full,
Yeah.
the miniseries. Yeah, that's 2-parter.
PD, anything to say about this story yourself, Paul? Well,
Yeah, it's got Toby
Jones.
Jones who came on to play Captain Mannering in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toby Jones was in the ITV Titanic as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Was he? Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was. By the way, that site that I have as well has that series on it. Now,
Right.
I know it has its problems, right? But
Yeah.
there's something about this series. I don't know about you, because we spoke about it briefly, John.
Yeah.
But I do, even though there are something, I don't like the way they keep going back
Yeah.
all the time at the end of each episode. It's not a bad series. I mean,
No, it isn't bad.
Kenneth
It's
Coleman
quite
is
good.
brilliant. The characters in it are very likable.
Yeah.
I mean, the Irish guy in it whose wife is having an affair with the Spanish fella,
Yeah.
because he's Irish. He's an Irish actor, by the way. We know him over here. I mean, that scene with him and his two daughters is probably, I mean, that's up there with the old man and the
Yeah.
kid in Night to Remember. It's that sad.
Yeah.
And the sad scene where the Irish woman has her two girls tucked in bed and she's telling them the
Yeah.
story about Turner Og. Oh no, I always get mixed up with Titanic with that scene. Why do I always confuse Titanic with that? But you do see the old couple, that died together because she
Oh,
wouldn't.
yeah, the Strouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You seen that in it? That was sad. I mean,
Yeah.
the sinking of the Titanic itself was brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, Julian Fellowes got it absolutely right. He got it spot on. He got the Titanic as it was all lit up, as it was, lights flickering and all that.
Yeah.
At the time, as it described by the survivors, and it was just like below the waves before it broke, you know, and then the funnels collapsed, and then you could hear the screaming and all that.
There you go. I told you I have a fight.
That was really good.
So
Right.
did James Cameron in half. It separated underneath the waves.
Yeah.
I
Oh
see.
no, lads! Guess what's next week? Guess
Oh.
what's next week? And it's a two-parter, and we actually watch the two parts. But guess what? We have to suffer next week.
What's that?
Chris Chibnall's double bill.
Oh,
the
there's
thing-
a great
the-
moment in that. There's a
the-
great moment.
Silurian one.
The Hungry Earth and Cold Blood.
Oh.
Now I have to admit that even at the time, right, I found these okay. The biggest problem that I had with them was I found them boring. There wasn't enough
Yeah.
going on, in my
Yeah.
opinion. And that still stands today. Now he does again, right? Because we didn't know at the time. But he
Yeah.
does have a countdown in this one. And you start to see quite very quickly in Chris Chibnall's stories that he has this thing for a countdown, and this is when we knew everything was going to go to shit. Right, I'm gonna see if I can actually. No, I don't want it to play. No, don't play. Don't play.
You don't want to, especially don't want to play the next one.
Right, here we go. I have it. I'm trying to send you the direct episode. Oh, you
Right. You're sending it in the private chat or Twitter.
I'm sending it in the private chat for you,
Right.
if you let me. You dirty rotten. Right. Listen, I'm sending you the new series link. Go down to series 5, and then it's
Right.
there. Okay. The only
Yeah.
reason I'm saying do it that way now.
Oh, the next one. That's the one where he turns around and has that really cool chat with that dyslexic kid. But then when he gets a dyspraxic
Yeah.
kid in series
Yeah.
11, he completely screws it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
that's when Chris Chibnall was under the guide. See, again, Chris Chibnall for me needs to be under the guidance of someone. That's in the private chat there.
Yeah,
For
right.
him to
yeah,
work.
so Moffat can do dyslexic / dyspraxic, but Chibnall on his own can't.
Now, Super
Yeah.
Doctor and PD Rich as well. You look in the private chat as well, right? See that
Yeah.
site there? Don't say anything about it, but all the latest movies as well is on that. All the old TV shows. If you think of a TV show that you grew up with, more than likely it's there. That's where I've been watching Sliders, V, Alien Nation, Columbo,
Actually,
all the start. That's where I watched Mortal Kombat.
Right.
Right, great bleeding site, great site, and they make sure that it's all HD. Obviously, they'll put up the SD version first, but as soon as they get the HD, they throw it up. So most of the movies that you'll get, hey, HD, Army of the Dead, watch it on that HD, not a problem at all. You can put it, you can browse it, you can Google it, and you can, and obviously, if you have a browser on your TV. You can put it on your TV, big screen it, and then you'll have the movies there high def. And that's where I watch Voyager as well, and I've been watching Voyager.
Wow.
yeah.
So
Always
I'll have
a
the V series from the 80s.
Has it got that? I'm not
Uh-huh.
quite sure. I don't know, but if you, because I haven't watched Doctor Who on it, because I have most of the Doctor Who that I watch there.
Right.
On DVD and on that other site. So I haven't I have a couple of sites, but that one is better. That's the best one actually that I've ever used. And I have to be honest, I had a Android box before. The EU blocked them all out now. The Android box doesn't work. So that site that I was given was a godsend. So check that out. Please.
Well, you're better with a VPN browser. Like,
Yeah.
I've got one.
I know you can get VPNs and all now. I think
Yeah, you can buy them now.
Yeah, you can buy them now. It's legal to buy them now, which is weird, isn't it? They'll allow you to use a VPN, but yeah, they won't just they let you buy a VPN. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But it's ridiculous. I don't know how it works.
Hypocrisy, isn't it?
But you pay for it like and you're okay to use one. It just seems. But if you stream a football match without using one, then apparently that's illegal. You know.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but if you use a VPN and because you paid for it, and then you go and watch one of those streams that's a football match, then you're fine. I don't get how it works. But there you
Yeah,
go.
I know.
It is ridiculous. Right, we have
Yeah.
been talking for about 24 minutes. This is what we do anyway before we start these watch along, because this one is a short one. We normally finish this within an hour, 15, an hour and 20 minutes, because everybody else does be busy as well. And PD is probably streaming later on tonight. Are you with Cockney?
Might be, could be.
Yeah, could be.
Depends if Cockney's up for it.
Because they normally do a late one now, you know, and then an early one as well. And go and, as I said last night, you know, go and support Cockney's channel. Give the guy some support there. He does work really hard on it. He's a funny character. You're guaranteed to have. Look, if you go and watch one of his streams and you don't end up with a smile on your face or at least laughing once during the stream, well then you're dead inside. Seriously, you are. You're dead inside. He's a funny guy. I remember I switched on. I just said I'll go in and I'll take a peek because PD was on and Lee was on. I said, "Fecka, I'll go in," and I seen Daniel was in the chat and all. And I said, "Fecka, chatting along. So I was chatting along and I was listening, and it was the funniest thing ever. So like, yeah, check him out. Check him out. Check out Daniel's channel as well. As I said, does great work as well. Roy, let's get this show on the road. Where are my earphones now? Because I can't watch this without my earphones. There they are. And we're gonna do the old countdown. Now I'm right at the black screen. So basically it's gonna go straight into the episode, PD, if you're watching it on DVD. And Super John, I think
Right.
the
Yeah.
site is the same. It'll go straight in. Are you set up and all, John? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm set up
on
now.
the play screen and all, because
Yeah.
normally you press play and ad pops up and you have to get rid
Yeah.
of the ad and then press play again. But you probably got an ad blocker, do you?
Yeah, I've got a built-in ad blocker to
All
this
right.
browser, so
Right, well then you're good. Right. Okay. Is everybody in the chat ready? And Jonathan Cox says the EU are assholes anyway. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right, because like my country can't do anything. The one thing that
Yeah.
I'm pissed off about, people give out about Britain leaving Europe, but I had the feeling at the time that Ireland should have actually went with us. I had the courage to go with us, because Ireland, just like the UK, even though we're a smaller country, we did play a big part in the EU and the success of the EU. So they know that us leaving would be damaging as well.
It's going to be a house of cards now.
But the thing about it is, I wish we had had the courage to leave this, because I mean, all these, like, we don't even make our own law. This is the point, we don't create our own laws anymore. They have to be passed by the EU. The budgets have to be passed. We've lost their sovereignty. It's basically what happened is that Germany tried to conquer the world during 2 world wars and they failed. So they tried politics and diplomacy. And now we're in the situation now where we're in Europe, we're in this member state thing, and it's grown, and they've got their own army, their own anthem now. We've lost everything. And, they didn't have to kill a person to do it.
Yeah.
This
Now
was
you understand why we left.
this was the end game. It was always the end game. Germany has always wanted to control the world. Now they do it through politics. The German central bank is very important when it comes to Europe and all of that. Everything is tied in.
Yeah, they want to be the third superpower, don't they?
No, that's what it's all about. So, yeah, Ireland gets too many benefits. I know, I agree, and that's how they get us, because anytime we ask for money, because they know we're a very important cog. If we ask for anything, we get it, and I can't complain from that point of view. I have to say, being part of Europe has its benefits. I mean, the road system in Ireland now, that was all funded by the EU. The regeneration projects around the country, that was all part funded by the EU. So it does have its benefits, but you'd never get it for free. And I think my parents used to tell me that growing up.
Yeah.
You never get anything for free.
Always a price.
Right? But everybody, all these gobshite government heads think, we're getting money, so like it's all right. We'll just let them, here's a few of our laws you can change and all of that. And that's what happens. You get bit by bit by bit by bit, and then before you know it, you're in this big thing that we're in now, and we can't get out. That's the thing. Unless the only way we get out is if they had a referendum, but they know not to even have a referendum here, because I think the Irish people would vote unanimously to leave. I don't think it'd be as close as Brexit. I think we would actually just be like, no, we're out of here, and we'd be gone. It'd probably be 80-20. Seriously, I'm not messing.
No, I believe you as well.
But we should have left, because Ireland and the UK are stronger together than being part of this European machine. We're neighbours. We haven't always got on, let's be honest, but we're neighbours. The two countries, working together could thrive, could do amazing things. But, our politicians over here are fucking ridiculous. You did have a referendum, yeah, but you don't know the history of those referendums. I do. I lived it through. I voted. I know what the government tactics were. I know what the European tactics were with their TV ads scaring people, with government ministers coming out and basically threatening the people that if they didn't vote yes, that we'd be. They basically scared the Irish.
Yeah, I tried it with us as well.
I lived it. I know what it's like. So yes, we did have a referendum, but there was so much going on that the people were going to vote yes because of what happened. I mean, Europe sent over their top heads, and every time you turned on the news, it was some European prick telling us that if we left Europe, this is what would happen, right? And this is what we'd lose, and all of this. And the Irish people got scared, so they voted yes. They did vote yes, right? But they were forced into it, and I always believed they were forced into it. But I think we're in a different situation now. It's unique because we've been under a pandemic. We've been basically told to stay at home, and people out there feel like that their rights are being taken away. So all of a sudden now, people are starting to go out there. You've seen a protest, whether I agree with it or not, people have had enough. So if you had another referendum tomorrow, I can guarantee you that the Irish people will vote to get out.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you guys either.
So I'm done now. Half an hour in, I've done my rant. Let's watch Amy's choice now. So yeah, who wants to do the countdown? And is everybody ready in the chat? Please press 1. Sorry, he's probably pressed 1 ages ago, but I'm asking you to do it again. We had the Nice Treaty, and we had the what was the other treaty? It was the Lisbon Treaty, I think. And on both, if I remember correctly, we initially voted no, and then the government and the EU with their scare tactics then. The Lisbon Treaty, I think, was the most important one, if I remember, and they needed Ireland to sign it because there was a couple of other countries that had refused to sign it. They needed us to sign it, but the government can't do anything without our permission. So when we voted no, that took Europe by surprise. They were shocked because they said, oh, the Irish people have actually rejected us. We've given them all this money, and now look at them. They're being ungrateful little bastards, basically. That's what the way the European attitude was towards us. Look at you, this whole the Europe thing, this whole mega state or whatever they wanna call it.
United States of Germany, as we call it.
I'm just gonna say this out straight. The EU's purpose in the first place was all to do with trade, how to make trade better for each country. That was it, right? It's grown into this political machine. Nobody asked for it. I certainly didn't ask for anybody in Europe to be representing me. Okay? My representation is in my fucking country with my fucking government, and they're the ones that have to fucking answer, right? They answer to me and every other voter in this fucking country. They don't answer to fucking European heads and other fucking people of other fucking countries. That's wrong. We've lost our sovereignty. We've lost our independence. I tell you, Michael Collins and the rest of them, they're all fought for the freedom of this country. Doesn't matter what side they were on. They'd be all rolling around in their graves right now.
Yeah.
It's down the fucking Swanee, man. Right? There's no point to the Irish flag anymore. You might as well wipe his asses with it while you are at it. That's what you have done. Sold us down the fucking river. For what? For fucking money?
Yeah, pretty much.
Taking our laws away. I'm not even classed as an Irish citizen anymore.
No, that's one of the
I'm
reasons.
a European. I'm a European citizen. No, I'm not. I'm fucking Irish and I always will be Irish.
Yeah, we always used to fight back when we were in the EU as well.
I even hate when I have conversations on Twitter and people say, "Oh, so you're from Europe, you're European." No, I'm not. I'm Irish. I'm from Ireland.
You used to have big fights in our country over the same thing. It's like, no, I'm not European. I'm white British. Got a problem with that?
Garbage is heading off because he's got to go to work. But
go. All the best, mate. All the best.
Before you leave, I just want to thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. So we'll see you soon. Right, Super John, we've got all the ones. Or PD, whoever wants to do the countdown, you can fight amongst yourselves there.
Do you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it. You did it last week.
No, you won't do it. I'm doing it.
Okay, you do it then. You do it then.
Let's go on. Right, go for it.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play.
Nah, it's not the same. Charlotte.
Get Lee back then. If you can find him.
Oh, for God's sake! Every time I put this DVD on, it plays the fucking the fucking impaired fucking sound crap audio.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with this series. That's when it all came in.
Yeah.
There's either Series 4 specials or Series 5. It's all right. No, Rory's got a ponytail as well.
Yeah.
Now, my hair is not as long as his go is, right? But it's getting there.
Yeah.
I haven't had my hair cut in over a year.
Jeez.
Year and a quarter it's been, haven't
Has anybody ever ate cake dough like that? It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was probably about a 4-year-old or 5.
Same here. Me grandmother, me auntie as well. They used to call them fairy cakes, and she used to always
Yeah.
make them. And she'd be there with the
Yeah.
bowl, and she'd be hand whipping the fucking thing. And
Yeah.
even when the machines came out, she never used them. She always believed that the machines ruined bacon. That everything had to be done by hand. And I
Yeah.
have to be honest, I agree. I do agree.
Does taste better.
Personally, it does taste better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you pregnant?
Nice. Love it. Can't see the wood for the tree sometimes, the doctor.
But I do love his relationship with these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. This was good. Matt Smith is just brilliant.
Bit of
The
an underrated
tree-
era, isn't it, really?
Yeah, the three of them, their chemistry though, I've seen, because being as I said, you look over all of these things, when you're looking back. Obviously, I
Yeah.
knew I was doing this, so I was looking back, and there's some behind the scenes photos, and you could tell that the three of them were pretty tight. They were close.
Yeah.
They were pushed together in this show, and they just clicked, and they supported each other, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good family. It was good family kind
it
of.
was.
Yeah.
It was probably the first time though that Doctor Who was kind of like that, because
Yeah.
of what we've heard with the RTD era. So Matt
Yeah.
Smith was probably a godsend coming in if rumors if everything is true that was going on.
Yeah. Just the one that kept raining when they were filming it.
Yeah.
Well, it was like kind of snow, I suppose.
Yeah, that's right. Like,
Yeah.
I was taken back how good Matt Smith was actually as the Doctor. I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
really expecting it to be this good.
No.
That I was completely kind of thought, oh, Moffat's made a mistake here. He's casted the wrong
I
person.
honestly
And
did
Yeah.
at the time. I have to be honest. I was like you. I thought it was the wrong decision. I was like, "What the hell is he doing here? Who is this guy? What kind of costume is that you've put on him?" I was
Yeah.
like, "Everything is wrong about this." It was like they were trying to make him look like Christopher Eccleston's Doctor
Yeah.
with the dark costume. I was like, "Are you really?"
Yeah.
gonna put him in
black
that
suit,
costume?
yeah.
And I wasn't impressed by his very first scene, which is the regeneration after the Lieutenant. I didn't like that scene. I didn't
It was
like
too
how
racy,
they
I
kept
thought.
you on
when I
the
first
note.
saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought it was real. I thought it was real wooden. I was
Yeah.
like, I really did. I thought it was wooden.
I thought it was a complete disaster, and I thought, oh, what's Series 5 going to be like? Then I saw the trailer afterwards, and I was like, wow, this is going to be awesome. I couldn't wait to 2010 to
I
see
still
this.
wasn't. Look at. I'm gonna admit it right here, right now. Even after
Mhm.
that trailer dropped, I still had me doubts.
Yes, I did as well, sadly.
Then, of course, the 11th hour dropped that
Yeah.
fateful Saturday.
Yeah.
I sat down, And soon, by the end of that episode, I was like, Doctor
Yeah, I
Who.
couldn't believe how good he was.
I was like, Doctor
Yeah.
Who is still here. Jonathan says he has to go.
Okay, Jonathan. See you later.
He's in early. He's working early, so he has to head. Nice of you to drop in. Really appreciate it.
Time Lordy thing.
I just love the way his whole demeanor can change, his facial
Yeah.
expression.
I mean, with Jodie, it's nothing like this at all. I mean,
No. She feels like a secondary character in her own show.
yeah,
But it's not like with Clara and at the 8th. It's completely
Yeah.
different kind of dynamic.
I forgot with the Moffat era that some of the intros were real long, and then he'd have the title
Yeah.
sequence,
Yeah.
which I
he
did
would
like.
also kind of put the TARDIS theme in it, the TARDIS sound in it as well as it's going
Yeah.
down the
Yeah,
tunnel.
Yeah.
Actually, at the beginning, I wasn't keen on the DW between Doctor Who.
No, I didn't like that DW. I have
No.
to say there was a lot I didn't like. See, this is the thing. People say, "Oh, you only moan about the Chibnall era." But listen, I wasn't moaning about.
You're always moaning about it here until we rewatch it. So there we go.
Jordan the Moffat era. But if I was, I would have had me complaints about some of these stories. I wouldn't have sat here and said, "Yeah, it's great." I would have said what I felt at the time, and I was not. I was not looking forward to Series 5. I have to be honest. I thought it was going to be a total disaster, and I'm glad I
Yeah.
was proved wrong.
Well, when I saw the TARDIS interior for the first time, someone took a photograph of it. It was because of the TARDIS prop was outside and it was backlit, and all you saw was the orange circles and all that, and this kind of tubular thing, and this kind of white tubular thing, and I thought, no, this is going to be rubbish.
Yeah.
I have to say, I do like his
Hi, PJ.
TARDIS now. Hey, PJ, nice to see you.
Yeah.
I mean, this TARDIS has got a lot of things in it. I mean, it's got bits of sinks, taps, and everything like that. Bits of cars. You know, it was all kind of put together all at once because the
Yeah.
TARDIS kind of was fixing itself up.
Yeah.
I have to be honest. My favorite TARDIS interior in the Matt Smith era has to be when they do that episode, the Doctor's Wife, where a house
Yeah.
takes over the TARDIS and the
Oh,
TARDIS
yeah.
changing rooms. That's one of the best stories. I love that episode.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! You know what? I've said this since we started watching Matt again, and I've been watching them on my own as well. I have liked them and I have rated them.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's got to do with the recent mess that we've gotten, but I find when I've rewatched them that I have a lot more respect for his Doctor, and I believe
Yeah.
that he's up there. I actually do believe
Yeah.
he's up there as one of the top best Doctors that we've
Yeah.
ever gotten. His performance, his facial expressions, just the way he is mood contorn, everything about his mannerisms, it's just perfect.
Yeah. And he's got an alien quality to him. You can look at him and think he's got this kind of young. He's a young man, and you can see the old man inside him.
Yeah. Well,
And
couldn't do
it's
that
that kind of
nowadays.
professor kind of like behaviour with his arms and all that, and
Yeah.
kind of he's really feeling himself into the part.
Yeah. What?
Uh-oh. So you won't be all going to a retirement home anytime soon.
No.
No, I hope not.
trying to keep everyone away from retirement homes for the time being.
So Amy is trying to say that this one is real because she doesn't want to be pregnant and be in a little house with Rory, right? At the start of this episode, right? So it's clear that Amy's choice right now is the TARDIS, right?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want, but Rory is the opposite. He thinks that
Yeah,
where
Toby
they're
Jones.
living now is the real place, and it's very interesting. This. Oh, here he is.
The Dream Lord.
Yeah.
Storm, yada yada.
Toby Jones isn't actually that short. It's just Matt Smith's very tall.
You know, as the episode was going on, I was beginning to think this was Moffat trying to bring back the Valyard.
Yeah, so did I.
You know, I was that excited by it, and I thought it was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, people did. I have to remember, even at
Yeah.
the time, when Doctor Who groups were a nice place on Facebook to go to,
Yeah.
and you were having discussions about stuff like that.
And we'd all bounce ideas off each other. That was good
Yeah.
old days.
And a lot of people were hoping that Toby Jones was.
Now they just bounce abuse off each other.
It never happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there would have been a schism, and Toby Jones would have come back as the
Yeah.
Valyard. Yeah, they got to do something with the Valyard now, I think. But it's like, how would you create the Valyard?
Unless the Sasha Dewan's master is not the master, but
Yeah.
the Valyard in disguise trying to wind up the Doctor.
Yeah.
You know, there could be
I've
many
got
things to
I've got a
that.
way of creating the Valyard, but it's a major sacrifice.
Yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah.
It's
But-
the only way.
But the only if the Valyard would have to return, it would have to be Michael Jaston to come back.
Yeah.
You know, to kind of it would just cement the part again.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Right.
not now, lads. Not now. Not under this regime.
No.
No. It's got to be a change of regime.
Although he's done some big finishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something interesting about the TARDIS interior as well, because it was all parts of it was unfinished and all that. You can see that.
Yeah. I didn't get it at first, but I liked it afterwards because the Eccleston tenant interior was all rebuilt with scrap and all
Yeah.
that during the Time War. And then when it regenerated, that scrap and all that probably got absorbed into the TARDIS. And that's how you got Matt Smith's TARDIS interior.
I think the TARDIS interior, the TARDIS always kind of reflects the Doctor's new regeneration.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I love that in the
tries to
Snowman, though.
reflect his aspect.
I think that's what I loved about the Snowman. I think they got the costume and the TARDIS interior just right.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved that interior. And Matt's costume in that after that was brilliant. It just really felt like Doctor Who.
Yeah. That console certainly did. I mean, the hexagonal shape and all that.
Yeah.
It was
all the
like
side consoles as well.
it was like getting back to the classics.
Yeah, that's why I liked it. It had that classic feel. It felt like it was a spaceship
I love the
again.
wee control panels all going around. I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah,
that was a major kind of throwback to the Doctor Who exhibition and the Longleat exhibitions and all that because of
was
the
good, yeah.
panels and that.
Yeah. That was, you could actually look around it on the Google Maps, actually. They're
Yeah.
hidden. You could actually look around a new TARDIS interior at the time. Brilliant. I don't know if it's still there.
I think it should be, but they had it on the BBC site
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. What is it? It's it's King's Cross. It's a police box at King's Cross, isn't it?
Yeah.
Click on it, you end up with the TARDIS interior. No, and then they've updated it to Crystal Land.
This scene is brilliant.
Oh no. He just puts his hand underneath.
I love
This
it.
is a brilliant scene because
He's gonna catch it. It just shows how alien he really is.
see, she belittled her life, so she's just proving to him that, like, that's what I loved about that.
Yeah.
Punches in his
I think he
hand.
pulls it off. Just pulls it off a bit better than Eccleston because he's more
Yeah.
physically alien with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eccleston would say to do that, but not do it.
But look at his eyes there when he's looking. Look at him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never really paid attention to that much when I
No.
was watching him the first time round because
Yeah.
obviously, you know, Moffat did cause a bit of a stir, and the Doctor Who forums were very busy, and maybe I was blinded by everything that was being said at the time. But
Yeah.
I've been watching them now. Like I used to watch the RTD era non-stop, but I'm
Yeah.
finding myself rewatching the Moffat era quite a lot now. But especially Matt Smith's era, his performance is just it's sensational. Actually, he's up there with Tom Baker. He's up there with Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee
Yeah.
and Peter Capaldi.
And I think William Hartnell too, because William Hartnell had that kind of quality to him
Yeah.
with his eyes and that.
They're the top 5 Doctors, man.
Yeah.
Nobody else can touch them. All had unique personalities, all had unique ways of playing the Doctor, and every single one of them were absolutely brilliant.
See, I think with Matt that he done his research when he was cast. I mean, he went into everything and he looked at everything, looked at all the episodes and all that, and gave him an idea. And I mean,
Yeah,
that's what kind of
but
gave
he
him all
created
the
his own Doctor by very cleverly
Yeah.
picking traits from each Doctor, but
Yeah.
making them his own, and wrapping it all in his unique performance.
Yeah.
And it
I just
worked.
think fandom's got this case of you never know how good you had it until it's gone.
yeah.
Exactly, Charlotte. Exactly what Charlotte has said there. This is another facet to his acting, which is absolutely brilliant. Always look in his eyes with Matt Gray a lot more than dialogue. Exactly.
He's like a Tom Baker quality as well.
Yeah.
He said he regrets leaving. I can understand why he left at the time because his star was on the rise. But I just wish he had held on for a couple of more seasons.
Yeah, if he would have done a Tennant and hung on for a year, he might have.
Yeah.
Now,
I bet he was wanting to do other things. He's wanting to get into Hollywood as well and all that. Hollywood was wanting him as well. And
I know, and you're going to do it. I don't begrudge him. Sure, he's even come out recently, or last year, the year before, said that he regretted.
Yeah, you could see it in his eyes during that when they announced Capaldi. He was really regretting it.
So,
because even I said it. Well, damn it, Matt! Why did you want to leave then?
it doesn't matter. They'll hopefully bring him back, and he'll get to play the Doctor again.
Yeah.
Because we always talk about Christopher Eccleston and all, and yes, rightly so. I'd like to see Christopher Eccleston, but for me personally, right now, there's two Doctors that I would like to see work together in a one-off special, and that's Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi's Doctor.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah,
11 and 12. That would be. I'm telling you, man. Those two bouncing. I can imagine it would be the greatest. Oh man, if the writing was perfect, it'd be another heaven sent level type.
Even that's a law.
I think Matt Smith deserves another crack. I definitely think Peter Capaldi, the way he was created, he definitely deserves one last time to play and show him, because I think it was overshadowed by the Fourth Doctor. That's what I couldn't understand about Moffat either. That pissed me off, actually, that he wouldn't even give Peter Capaldi his own regeneration story. He had to rope in the Fourth Doctor and the Brigadier's. Brigadier's, what was it, father or grandfather or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't happy with Moffat when he turned the Brigadier into a Cyberman.
No. I thought it was
No.
I mean, I
gonna
was quite upset by that.
Yeah, I was, but at the same time, I like the fact that he gave the Brigadier a nice little nod. I know having
Yeah.
his daughter there was the nod, and people were saying that was enough for them. But do you know what I
Yeah.
would have preferred? If they had somehow used some old footage that we'd never seen of him,
be. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And did something to CGI the up or something. And there was lines that he had in the classic story that he never used, and they fit in well with the story that Moffat was trying to tell.
Yeah.
He could have done something there and brought the brig back for real, even as a hologram or something.
Yeah.
You know?
It was like they created Rusty and they didn't really do much of it until the very last special.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with what they done with the classic Doctors and moved them into and the name of the Doctor. I'm
Yeah.
quite impressed with that. And even when Clara was down the TARDIS corridors, you could see Six walking just past
Yeah.
down at the end of the corridor, and I thought that was very good.
That was cool. Yeah.
I mean, I think that was the kind of closest thing to a kind of multiple
Yeah.
Doctor adventure with the classic
Yeah.
Doctors.
Yeah. I love that beginning to the Doctor. It was brilliant.
And I do like that scene where Clara is talking to the first Doctor. I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing how they got that footage and kind of woven it into the kind of high definition pictures for the kind of modern
Yeah.
film it was,
Here we go.
and that being so old.
Killer Granny time. I love it. By the way, did you suss it out at the time when you were watching it what the Doctor meant when he said, I know who you are. There's only one other person in the universe that knows that much about me. Did you know who he was talking about?
Himself.
Yeah,
Himself.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Did you just get it at the time? Because I know that went over a lot of people's heads at the time, and I was like, seriously?
Yeah. I think it went over my head at the time as well.
That's a Dream Lord. Like, did you not get it? He's inside his head, so obviously it'd be him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it, the cheeky humor as well, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got that kind of humour as the RTD series. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still got that, that quality as well. I mean, it's
We've got Vanessa in the chat. She's saying hello to everybody. Hello, Vanessa.
hello.
Hey, Vanessa.
Sorry I'm late. I see our boys are getting a little more appreciation. She says, don't worry, Noel. I can tell you how many people let Moffat cloud their view. There are
Yeah.
lots. Yeah, I mean, look, I do have criticisms of Moffat. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. But I have been rewatching these era, and I have said I do know what he tried to do. It didn't always work, but I have to commend him for trying. But I will say this, where he differs from today's showrunner is the fact that Moffat did try.
Yeah.
And yes, he got some things wrong.
No,
Here we
Rory.
go.
Here
This
we
is
go.
Like, I can't believe he actually did get away with this. Because
Yeah,
I
it's a
remember
bit
at the
kinda-
time looking at me two brothers when this happened, and I go, holy shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was probably a stunt person wearing the same clothes. Yeah. I think Moffat's big downfall was he didn't train someone else up to take over from him.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
should have been when Series 8. He should have been starting to train someone else up.
Yeah. He should have actually left, in my opinion, after Series 7. That's when
Yeah, I
he
felt
really
he kind of
started.
stayed on a wee bit too long, but
Yeah.
but what's come after him, it's just completely diabolical.
Yeah.
I agree. And look, I'm not going to sit here and say, look, I still think there's problems with this
Yeah.
era. But I'll never say that he didn't try or you know, he didn't really think about what he was trying to do because he was. Yeah. People will say
Yeah.
that when Chris Chibnall's doing the same with the Terminus Child, he's really thinking, no. You can see it's
No.
rushed. You can see that it's because there's no character development, there's no story line. Everybody still doesn't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Where's the plot? Right? So at
It's
least
like,
there was a plot. It just didn't go where we all thought it was gonna go, or the first 2 episodes, especially if it was a 2-parter or a 3-parter, he'd start off brilliant, the middle would be and then the end would be disappointing. And that was Moffat. And that's his era, actually. He started off brilliant. The middle of it is
I
right?
really wish they put this one in the soundtrack.
No, I think Series 10, though, he did redeem himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, let's woke a bit. Yeah, but
The
how
Moffat made a massive mistake. He got Chris Chibnall drunk.
Right? You ignore that wokeness and you just concentrate on the stories, right? There's not a bad story in season 10. It's not. It's just got a little bit of wokeness in it. Yes, she's right.
It's too much on the surface, isn't it? Yeah.
But to be quite honest with you, Peter Capaldi's performance and Pearl Mackie's performance, absolutely fantastic. And I still love that.
I thought they were a great team.
And I still love that second episode of Series 10 after the pilot.
Nobody minds a little bit of woke just to keep the old diversity counter happy, but it's just when they start putting the activism front and center, that's when it gets too much.
What was the story where they go to the planet with the robots, the emoji robots?
I think it was called Smile.
Smile. I love that story. I have a soft spot for that story.
A friend of mine did that big map, just with a big spaceship interior map.
Yeah, I really do. I soft spot for that story. I think Series 10 gets a lot more stick because
I like Series 10. I really do. Apart from
had enough in the Peter Capaldi era of it, it was getting ridiculous, and they were pissed off with Moffat over Clara and all of this. So there was a lot going on. I think if people look at Series 10 objectively, right, and look at it compared to the rest, it wasn't that. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's in there with the good series of New opinion.
I just wish that the doctor would have called Pearl out. Sorry, Bill out when she turned around and says, "I'm gay" every 5 minutes. And yes, we know you're gay, Bill.
That was the one thing I didn't like. You didn't need to tell us. We understood. I mean,
it's like you should have said 8 times.
Well, yeah, it seems to be this thing that BBC seem to think that people have a problem with people that have relationships with people of the same sex or whatever their personal choice is. Right? Yes, I'm not going to lie and say that there aren't a few bigoted people out there. There always is in society, unfortunately. But the majority of us all don't really give a shit who you sleep with.
Yeah. The problem is with BBC, actually, the management-wise, they're obsessed with unique people. They always want to bring unique people into the corporation. They don't understand unique people are normally the activists.
Exactly. Well, they are all activists, mate.
Yeah.
I know. And in a series like Doctor Who doesn't need that. It needs to be focused on adventure and fun.
It's already a diverse series.
Yeah.
So why do you have to be pushing more diversity in a series that's already diverse? It's like... Yeah, I know.
Get me, little dog.
They just need to do some proper storytelling, and that's it.
It just needs some deep. Just need to find some decent sci-fi writers who can write it. Decent sci-fi and fantasy writers, and just turn them loose. They were just getting everyone from what do you call it, dramas and soap operas. And wonder why it was coming out bad.
Now, I have to go in and get Ted.
Nice way to treat an old person, Doctor.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. It's just other humans.
You didn't get this on the soundtrack until Series 6.
Yeah. You sit there, buddy. Sit there for that. Good boy. Sit there. Now be a good boy. No more barking, right? I know the other humans are wrecking your head. But that's just fucking life. Unfortunately.
Yeah, Mill's still doing visual effects.
I love the TARDIS when it's covered in shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want. Listen, there used to be a show called Pimp My Ride on
Oh yeah.
MTV, right? And he had one of those little Volkswagen vans, the old hippie vans as we used to call them. And some kid on the show got one, right? And it was rusted. It looked bad, right? And they souped it up to this lime green color, right? Uh, it had a sofa inside, big flat screen TV. This thing was souped up to bits. Listen, I've always wanted one. I've
Oh yeah.
two favorite cars. I've got three favorite cars actually, and they're all vintage, right? Well, they be classed as vintage now, but I wanted an original VW Beetle. I wanted an original Mini, and I
Yeah.
wanted an original, as I said, one of those camper vans from Volkswagen. And I always had this ambition of obviously because I was working as a chef at the time, and I was making a lot of money. So I could have really like if I had not had me accidents and stuff and shit didn't go down the pan the way it did.
Yeah.
I could have got all these cars and my dream was to soup them all up. But now, like BMW has taken over Mini. Now we got the new
Yeah.
Mini, which I don't like it. I did like the original new Mini that they brought out. It was slightly bigger, but the original new Mini that they brought out was actually decent.
Yeah,
They brought
they had
out a new version of the Volkswagen camper van. It looks all right, but it looks too space agey for me.
Yeah. It's also
And
another problem is all the German car companies own all the supercars as well, so they're not made in Italy anymore.
Exactly. And the Beetle, the Beetle is not a Beetle because the engine's in the front and it should be in the back, like the original
yeah.
Beetle. So I don't class that as a Beetle. I don't mind the design of the new Beetle, but you can't beat the old one.
Yeah.
You just can't.
As I said, they're just not the same old cars made in the same old countries.
Exactly.
It's the problem now. They're made in Germany.
Same with Land Rover. Land Rover is English, isn't it? British, but it's not made.
Yeah.
They're not made in Britain anymore.
No. I'm not sure where Range Rover is made. That's the big one. They're still handmade, but I don't know where they're made.
Look at these grannies.
I've got lawnmowers.
Rolls Royce might still be made in the UK.
I love the old no smoking sticker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know some fans didn't like the dialogue. Because Charlotte brings up a good point. There are fans. There's a lot of feminists out there that don't like Moffat. Actually, there's these group of women. They're still around, but there's been a lot of controversy over it for the last few years because they come out with very harsh statements. But they've accused Stephen Moffat of sexism and misogyny and all sorts. Over
I was going to say, whose hamster did he eat?
They're called the feminist frequency.
Oh.
Now, you've probably heard of them.
Freak by name, freak by nature.
Well, they recently got into trouble again over something completely different. But a few years back, when they were covering Doctor Who, they went after Stephen Moffat big time. I think that's one of the reasons why Stephen Moffat ended up off social media. I think it's the reason because of people like this. Because they were giving them a hard time. I didn't realize that even back then, when all of these feminist groups were starting to come together in the Doctor Who fandom, that they were actually doing what most of the fans do now, being very toxic and attacking for no reason. Like they gave Moffat mostly because he put Amy in mini skirts all the time, or shorts, real short shorts, and all of this, and they were saying. They're even accusing him of being perverted.
Like that was the designer, the directors.
This is sad.
Yeah,
because this is where she realizes that she does really love Rory, though. Like she really realizes.
Yeah. After the whole thing with the doctor last week. Do you know, she kissed me.
But the character development is brilliant, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like she's angry at him now.
Yeah.
But then in later series, it's like she's got this kind of love-hate relationship with him
Yeah.
because she can't have children.
Yeah.
That's not his fault, though. I mean,
No.
she chose to go with him. It's not as if like she always wanted to go with him.
Mhm.
I mean, you know, you can understand our point of view to a certain extent. That and maybe that's why their relationship did kind of change, because it did change. You're right. In later series, it does change. But she has. But think about it. Up until now, it's been all fun and games, and this is the first time now it's affected her life. And then it starts to go on from that. Then, you know, you remember lots of things happen to her. You know, then there's the girl who waited. There's all the other stuff that happens as well. And then she finds out she's the mother of this child. You know, like it's very. There you go. She didn't know till now. And that's when I started to respect Amy.
Yeah.
I was like, you made the right choice because you don't realize what a good one you have with Rory. Like the Doctor is amazing and brilliant, but so is Rory in his own unique way. The face.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's giving that David Tennant look.
Oh dear.
but the Doctor still, even though he had his doubts, he still did it though. He still did it. He still got in the car and he still ran that house with Amy.
Yeah.
See, when the Doctor is needed, when it matters, when it counts, the Doctor
Yeah.
will always make the right choice.
I wonder how long it
Yeah.
took to clean all this stuff off the TARDIS.
Or maybe they just built a little mini one on the
Yeah.
side.
No.
Nah, it would have used a real set.
I think they would just get Hoovers and Hoover it up.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Must
they get.
take, it'll take a couple of hours, John, to clean it all off.
Yeah, I would expect so.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder if they did the whole set or just half of it.
And again, let's compliment our Murray Gold as usual.
Yeah.
It would have been one of these kind of snow blowers, and they would have been blowing it all around the set and
Yeah.
all that.
Must have taken them ages to actually get a whole lot out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's easy to remove. They do it to the Harry Potter Hogwarts castle every year down at the studios.
And I mean, it's the insane thing that they actually find out what was actually causing it.
Yeah. So if I didn't like about this episode, I thought that little bit at the end was a bit, what?
Yeah.
All for a grain of sand?
But I love Rory because his character development out of the three of them, you can see how much he grows.
Yeah.
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 And I love the way he just casually now watch.
Yeah.
Psychic pollen.
Yeah.
It was good though that it wasn't really an enemy, you know.
Yeah.
That was just this
Yeah.
harmless.
Thought it was
And
a
it
bit
was
of
the
a
doctor's,
get
it
out.
was the
Yeah.
doctor's mind that was manifest, that was creating all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought it was a bit of a get out of jail free kind of
Yeah.
ending, though. Would have been better if it was the Dream Lord or something, was the Valyard.
Well, it still could be actually because
Yeah.
it's the Doctor's subconscious, the dark side of his mind.
Yeah, exactly.
And the sand, the pollen's just a catalyst.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame they didn't expand on that because they could
Yeah.
have made good stories. They could have actually used that and to tie that in with the crack in the wall and all that, and
Yeah.
the crack in time and all that, and with the prisoner zero and all that.
Yeah, could have done. That would have been a good idea. Yeah.
I love
I
this.
just love the way it still feels like Doctor Who, though.
Yeah.
Not like the series 10 onwards. Sorry, 11 onwards. 11, I'll get it right.
I love this part because this is where he realizes now.
Yeah.
There, watch his face.
Yeah.
Now go and find a room in the TARDIS there. Oh, you already did. We forgot. Maybe that was the moment she conceived, you know?
Yeah. You see that in Journey to Center Retarded.
But this was the thing about Moffat, right? We didn't realize it, but Rory has already died once, right? He's about to die
Yep.
again in the next
Yeah.
Yeah.
part.
You can see the reflection of the Dream Lord there. And it's very much like the Valyard at the end of the Trial of the Time Lord, you know, he
Yeah.
revealed himself as the keeper of the Matrix.
Yeah.
Right, let's see the trailer for this and see if it's as boring as I remember. Right, here's the trailer. Right, let's see. Am I bored? Oh, it doesn't show a trailer, does it? I forget.
No.
Right, it doesn't show.
No.
a trailer. Right, next week is obviously the two-parter with Chris Chibnall. Now, we're not going to skip it. We're going to do it because it is part of season 5. It would be very easy to skip it, but we're not going to do that. But what we'll do is, I already see that people are giving their scores in the chat. That's fantastic. So if the rest of these could do the same, I'll throw them up on screen as the lads are giving their scores as well. So we'll start with you, Real Super Doctor. What would you rate this week's story? And
I would give it a 9 out of 10. It's a very good story. It's very enjoyable. I liked that with the Dream Lord and that him being the kind of, you know, the taunting, as it were, and it was just basically the Doctor's subconscious in that, thinking it was the Valyard. You know, it even though it wasn't the Valyard, it was still an interesting story, and Amy making that choice up, and them all come back together and all that. But yeah, it's an episode I would watch again and again.
Yeah, it is. It's really a good one. Enigmatic Joker gives it an 8.5 out of 10. Unknown 289 gives it a 9 out of 10. Charlotte gives it a 9. Vanessa gives it a 9.5 out of 10. And Chris gives it a 9 out of 10. So it's still very well. But let's see where PD Rich, what score PD Rich gives it.
I give it an 8, but the only reason I give it 8, I didn't really like the ending to this episode. I didn't like the psychic pollen. I just thought it's a bit of a cop out. It could have been something cooler, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Toby Jones has put in a great performance, and
No, it just felt a bit disheartening. Toby Jones, brilliant performance as kind of the Dream Lord, or as kind of Valyard substitute, and all of a sudden it's psychic pollen. Don't worry.
yeah, actually, I have to agree with you on that one. Maybe that's why he got him then to do Sherlock, because he probably felt that he
felt
didn't.
guilty. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
He's a good actor, Al Toby. He played the part really well. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10 as well. It's a good Moffat Moffat era story. I have to be honest. I mean, next week. Look, I think the first part next week is not too bad.
I love that speech in the first part of next week. Then when it goes and does in season 11 and 12, it's like.
When he gets to the second part, that's where Chris Chibnall falls apart. But look, we're gonna watch the 2 parts because that's what we do now with the 2-parters. We watch them together. So we have that next week. So it's the Hungry Earth and Cold Blood.
Yeah,
is next. Stuart gives this a 9.5 out of 10. So this episode has rated very highly this week. I'm not surprised. I mean, Matt's, Karen and Arthur's performances are great. And then, of course, you've got the added performance of Toby Jones. And then you've got the supporting cast and all the old grannies and granddads. They were great. I love the scenes with them. Brilliant.
Yeah.
So, so next week, as I said, we have the Hungry Earth and Cold Blood. On Saturday, we have I picked the story, didn't I? Yeah, we did. We picked
was that Peter Davison one?
Yeah, the Peter Davison one. What did I pick?
Warriors of the Deep.
That's what it is. We picked Warriors of the Deep. And then, as I said, on Wednesday, we have the Movie Zone. On Thursday, then we start our Sliders watch-alongs. So come and join me for all of that. And now I will hand over to the lads, and I'll get them to do their usual shout-outs. And then we will leave it at that. And Chris says, remember, the doctor always lies. Yeah, that was a very well-known Moffat line that he put in along with the timey-wimey wibbly-wobbly crap, which still annoys me to this day because I find that a little bit of a cop-out personally. It's like, well, we've done this complicated thing. I can't be bothered to explain it because I've made it too complicated that I can't really explain it, so I'll explain it by saying it's wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey. And that's why I always hated wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey.
They overused it,
because they overuse, and it gives these writers an easy way out, and they shouldn't have an easy way out. If you're going to explain something, well, then explain it. And if you think you've overcomplicated it, then you simplify it so you can explain it to the audience. Or if you can't because it's turned out that it's more difficult than you thought, well, then you don't do it at all. It's ridiculous. Sliders, love that show at the beginning. If I'm free, I'll be there. Yeah, it'll be every Thursday. We'll have Sliders, so come and join us. We'll be starting off from season 1. We'll be doing watch along, so if you want to join us for that, I'm going to hand over now. To the lads. So we'll start with Real Super Doctor. If there's anybody you want to plug, your own social medias and all of that, you can go ahead.
You can subscribe to Noel's channel here, and I've got I've got a YouTube account under Real Super Doctor, and I've got a Twitter account under Real Super Doctor.
Fantastic. See that it's just quick and easy. That's the way.
Well, it's just got to be quick and easy because you get tired after going through all the episode and that.
That's it. That's it, man. It does take a lot. People do say, like, why are you in a hurry for anything like this? It's not that I'm in a hurry. It's like, watch the first episode, especially Classic Who. Some of them can drag in, even if they are 20 minutes. So I kind of want to keep the momentum going, because if we take a break too long in between like we used to, I find that I start losing interest. Whereas if we keep going with it, I stay interested in the story, especially those ones that are very mundane. Obviously, the good ones, I don't have to do that because they're exciting, and I can, I could take that little break because I know then what I'm about to what, you know what I mean? But it's those ones that are not so great that I struggle.
Yeah. It's like the ones like the Ice Warriors, that goes on a wee bit too long. And it's like the Frontier in Space as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them out there.
Yeah.
And you do. So it's not because I'm trying to rush them through or anything like that. It's just because, if they're not really great, because I do find that people do start losing interest and they start talking about other stuff as well. We all do. We're all guilty. Yeah. It can happen. But we're going to keep them going because I know people enjoy the classics. I know they're enjoying the Matt Smith evidence tonight, because I think we've gotten their biggest audience in a while, actually. Well, we've done the Matt Smith era so far, so I'm delighted about that. I hope they don't all drop off to next week now, because it is a Chris Chibnall story. But please come and join us, because it will be very interesting. Because remember, we're going to be judging Chris Chibnall's writing at the time, not because of what he's done now. And it's going to be very interesting to see if people can keep their personal feelings out and just actually review this properly when we do it next week. And that's including myself, because let's be honest, he has done a lot of things that have emotionally got to us all. Yeah. And, I'm going to be fair with this story. As I said, I found the first part actually decent enough. It was the second part, and the overall general feeling of the two-part story was it was actually a bit of a bore, and that was the biggest problem I had. There was nothing wrong about the storytelling, really. The mother's character development was actually great. I mean, the way she changed and all the way she would do that to protect her son, that's what a mother would do. So there was some good elements in this story, I'm not going to lie. So I'll be interested to see if this rates highly with any of us next week. And I would say to people, if you are going to watch it with us, try keep your emotion out of it, and let's just see if we can. It will be interesting. I normally avoid trying to do a Chibnall story, but we're going to do these two and get them out of the way. And we'll talk and discuss them like we do with every other story. And I'm going to keep your personal feelings out of it. I'm just going to rate the story. But PD Rich, is there anybody you would like to plug?
Yeah, I'd love to plug Captain Cockney Spock. We're on tonight, and I think Scotty R37 is joining us. So catch you then.
Fantastic. Right, guys, that's me done. I'll be over on the Irish Geek at some stage tonight. I have to cook me dinner now, believe it or not. I'm going to have some chicken again. I'm getting obsessed with chicken. I have to stop eating fucking chicken, but I keep eating chicken. So I'm going to have more chicken because it's the easiest thing to fucking cook right now. So that's what I'm going to have. I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on that shit. Throw it in the oven. It'll be nice. I might do a few fries as well. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to have for me dinner. Nothing fancy, just something simple. And something that I actually enjoy eating. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Right. Listen, we'll talk to you during the week. Stay safe, look after yourselves. And thank you, Garbage, for the super chat earlier on. We really do appreciate it. And we will see you guys soon, as I said, on the Irish Geek. But look after yourselves in the meantime. Take care. And next week, a busy week. We have loads coming. So come and join us. Hope you can. And hopefully we can keep you all distracted from all the shit that's going on.
Yeah.
Good night, folks. Talk to you soon.
Good night.
Bye.